Are you thinking about getting a VA loan? Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover on today's video. Stay tuned. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Living in Connecticut channel. My name is Aaron Bowman and my team and I sell real estate right here in Connecticut. So whether you're looking at buying, selling, renting, or investing, we can help you with all things real estate. So feel free to leave a comment or reach out to us directly. All of our contact information is in the description. Now, like I said, today's video, we are going to be talking VA loans with Jeff Chillson. So without me talking anymore, let's get right into it. Hey everyone, Aaron here, and on today's episode, we are talking with Jeff Chillson. He is a mortgage lender here in Connecticut, and we're going to go over some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to VA loans and what's kind of going on in the mortgage industry. And I do have to apologize because I am home today recording this, and the kids are doing distance learning. So if you hear any kids fighting in the background, that's probably one of many that I have here. So Jeff, if you would, just kind of introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeff Chillson. I'm with Guaranteed Rate. Been a loan officer for almost 8 years in the industry, and it's obviously an interesting time in the world with the pandemic, coronavirus. It's affected the markets, and it's affected obviously the housing market and interest rates, et cetera. And obviously the market was booming for a little bit there, and inventory slowed down, but certainly a lot of people are still out there looking to buy new homes and refinance, get a lower rate, save some money on their mortgage payment. So yeah, it's good to be with you here today, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks for coming by. You mentioned inventory, and man, from a realtor's point of view, it is rough here in the state. I've got a good list of buyers. I think we're at 2 months of inventory. I haven't checked yet the stats from last month. I got to do a market report update for this podcast and our YouTube channel. But yeah, inventory, it is rough. It's cutthroat out there. I mean, I know you guys definitely see that in the mortgage industry too. You're probably pumping out pre-approvals left and right, trying to, help people get into places. But the inventory, I've never seen it this low. It's crazy. Hopefully things in April pick up a little bit and we start seeing some homes hit the market.
Yeah, usually the spring market things, as start to really pick up, but home values are at, highest we've seen in a very long time. So it's definitely not a bad time to list your home if you want to sell your house. So hopefully, a lot of people in New England, Connecticut, Mass, start to, see that. And, maybe the spring market this year is going to be massive. Who knows what's right around the corner.
Yeah. I'm hoping that, we have a few clients right now that are waiting to springtime, and of course, you're here in the state with me, and we just got dumped with the nor'easter. So, we were both talking earlier before we started this that we were digging out. So that really keeps people from wanting to put their home on the market. They don't want people trampling through with snow and stuff like that. So
absolutely, there's a lot of challenges right now.
Yeah. Not to mention the pandemic and everything else. But yeah, before the kids start getting too loud here, if you could, I would really like to discuss, VA loans. As you know, myself and a couple of the team members on my real estate team are veterans. So I think there's a lot of misinformation out there and a lot of information that people don't know. So if maybe we could start with the basics. So what's the basic requirements for somebody to be eligible for a VA loan?
So in order to be eligible for a VA loan, you have to have served. There's different types of service, obviously, but the main way that we find out if you're eligible for a VA loan is that certificate of eligibility, which it's pretty easy. You can go onto the VA website and actually pull it yourself if you're somebody who's looking to buy a home. But a lot of lenders like us, we do have a system where if you do complete a loan application with us, the certificate of eligibility does automatically pull when it, confirms that, you are a veteran and looking to do a VA loan or somebody who's eligible for a VA loan.
Cool. Yeah, I've actually pulled mine before, and it's super easy. You just go to your VA site. You can log in. And for those that are listening to that are veterans, it's the same site you go in if you need to put in a claim or anything like that, or check your insurance. It's not the VA link that you would go to get medicine or anything like that sent to your house or set up an appointment with your doctor, but it's the main VA website where you can log in with your credentials And then you can see your eligibility, if you're any type of disability, what your payments are, stuff like that. So it is pretty easy to pull that information. Now, with that being said, is there a certain, well, let's talk credit and loan amount, because I'm sure there's got to be a cap on it. So what does the VA look at for credit score, and what's the loan amount cap, or what will they lend up to?
So for credit scores, for a lot of different lenders have specifics on credit score requirements. Our lowest credit score requirement for a VA loan is 600, and that does, have certain capabilities in terms of your debt to income ratio, which is an important thing in qualifying. The minimum or the maximum is 45% for somebody who has like a 600 to a 620. So there's different requirements in different credit brackets. But if your credit is like above 660, let's say, the debt to income ratios get a lot more flexible, and certainly qualifying credit wise, there's a lot more flexibility there.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. So if anybody's listening and they need some work on their credit, definitely reach out. We can point you in the right direction. But that's good to know there is some flexibility with the debt to ratio income as the credit improves. Now, what's the minimum amount that they'll lend on, and what's the maximum amount when it comes to VA loans?
Well, there's the minimums typically are determined by the lender.
Okay.
I would say, I don't know that we have a specific minimum. So if you want to buy a home for, 75,000, like in our area, I don't know that there are homes for sale, like really under 100,000 or
No,
like,
there's not.
so there's really no worry about a minimum per se, but, VA does have options to go to very high loan amounts.
Okay.
There's jumbo products, there's products to go really as high as you possibly can, and there's certain restrictions regarding that. But I know there's different loan options out there where you can really go to pretty high amounts if you're looking to get a high price home in Connecticut.
Okay. That's good to know. Now, can you use a VA loan for like a multifamily if you're going to be living there?
That's a great question. Yeah, I believe you can. It's
Okay.
1 to 4 units. I think obviously FHA is very similar, where it's 1 to 4 units. You can live there.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah.
All right, cool. And with the VA loan, is there any because I know like FHA and stuff like that, if you don't put the 20% down, there's PMI and stuff like that. Is there still PMI with the VA loan?
So VA is a bit different, where there's no like monthly mortgage insurance. There's a funding fee, and
Okay.
there's like certain brackets on how much that funding fee actually is. And depending on your type of service, there's also different brackets on how much the funding fee is as well. So like if you put 0% down, the funding fee is actually a little bit more than what it would be if you put like 5 to 10% down, or even if you put 10% down, it's even a little bit lower. So the
Okay.
funding fee is, I think it's like 2.15% of your loan for the first time use.
Okay.
And if you do, end up selling your home and buying a new home, you would have to have a subsequent use funding fee, which is a little bit higher. It's like 3.3, I think, off the
Okay.
top of my head. So there's different brackets, and then there's different scenarios where the funding fee would change. But if you have like a service disability, and on your certificate of eligibility, it does confirm that you're exempt. If you have an exemption, you actually don't, you're exempt from the funding fee, essentially, where you don't have to pay that funding fee no matter how many times you purchase a home, refinance,
Oh, interesting. That's
or what have you. But yeah, there's all kinds of different scenarios, and where the funding fee can be a certain price or percentage of the loan, rather.
Gotcha. So I'm starting to get the feeling that VA loans aren't very cookie cutter. It's very specific to the individual person as opposed to
It
some
can
other
be.
loan projects. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely can be. It does depend on a lot of different circumstances and type of service and if you're a first time home buyer or not. So there's a few things that have to be factored in.
All right, cool. Well, I appreciate you taking the time today. I didn't want this to be too long of a call because I know we both have kids that are home and busy, and clients are blowing up my phone right now. And it's like, whenever I sit down to do something, it's like when you get on the phone, the kids know you're talking to somebody, so they have to be as loud as they possibly can. So everybody's been pretty quiet here today. The benefits, I guess, of working from home, or the challenges, I should say. So is there anything else before we wrap this up today that, anybody thinking of getting a VA loan, what they need to know, what they should get in order before they contact you or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. Just like any loan, it's always good to monitor your own credit. There's a lot of free services out there, like the Credit Karmas and the Credit Sesames, just knowing where your credit is. And again, all lenders have different types of credit requirements, but they're all pretty close. So I would say if you are looking to do a VA loan and you're above 600, when you look at your own credit, that's step number one. Step number two is if you have some savings, and you think you're financially ready to purchase a home, that would be the second thing. And then obviously, if you've had a steady job, you don't have to have been at the same job for 2 years, which a lot of people, may have heard. But certainly if you've been at your recent job for a few months, it's certainly good to, check off all those boxes. And at that point, once you have all those things in line, I would say absolutely fill out a loan application, contact a lender, and get started. And that's when you can get your pre-approval process where your lender is going to say, hey, this is how much you're pre-approved for. And if you don't already have an agent, you can get connected with an agent at that point and go out and start looking at homes within your pre-approved price range. Obviously, there's going to be some collection of documents just to verify a few things, but you want to know that your pre-approval is solid, and that amount that you're going to go out looking for is a comfortable mortgage payment for you moving forward. Because if you're going to make a commitment, most loans are 30 years, and you want to make sure you can afford that loan.
That's some excellent advice. Yeah, I talk to clients all the time about that, and living within their means and that sort of thing. Just because you're approved for, let's say, 350,000 doesn't mean you have to spend 350,000.
Exactly.
So I think that's some real good pieces of advice. Hopefully, people take away from this. If anything, that's really important when it comes to purchasing your home. You want to make sure that how do they put it? You're house rich but cash poor. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen. But
Sure.
Jeff, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day today. I will put all of your contact information in the show notes and description for the people that watch this on YouTube. But thanks a lot, man. I do appreciate you coming by and sharing the ins and outs of VA loans with us today.
Love it, man. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. So I hope that interview answered a lot of your questions regarding VA loans. Now, like you saw, there are a lot of different factors when it comes to VA loans. So if you need to, or if you'd like to, reach out to Jeff. All of his information is down below in the description, or leave a comment and I'll make sure he gets in contact with you right away. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.